Welcome and hello. My name is Sonia and I'm a mother of three and I'm a yoga teacher. So the class today that I have designed is looking at how our shoulders work. Looking to see if we can find spaciousness across our shoulders to help with poses that us yogis call plank and cobra. So to begin with, let's come up to stand. And as you come up to stand, feel your feet connecting with the earth. So have your feet roughly about hip distance apart. Press down into your feet. Bring one hand onto your heart and one hand onto your low belly. And just get a sense here of arriving, being ready for your practice. And take a few deliberate breaths. So nice, deep, full inhales and exhale completely. Feel that connection with your breath. Feel the rhythm of your heartbeat. Take one more full inhale, and on your next exhale, release your arms down by your side. So looking at how our shoulders work, I want you to have arms at your side body and slight bend to your elbows. And then draw your shoulders up and back and then down onto your back. So this pose here we call hallelujah. So feeling your shoulders down onto your back, feeling spaciousness here across your collarbones. And maybe here even just tilt your head, your chin slightly up. Just get a sense of what that feels like as you're grounding. And then as you exhale, tuck your chin down into your chest and round your shoulders forward. So a pose that can look a bit like a swamp monster. And then inhale, your shoulders round back and down. And as you exhale, shoulders come forward. Do it a few more times, just getting a sense here of feeling this movement, the sensations in your shoulders and across your upper back. And see if you can synchronize the movement into hallelujah on an inhale and into the swamp monster as you exhale. Let's take one more nice, full, deliberate inhale as you come into your hallelujah. And then as you exhale into that swamp monster. And then come back into your mountain pose. So rooting down through your feet. Inhale, take your right arm up. And then turn your right palm so that it faces behind you. Bend your right elbow and place your right hand down onto your back. So with your left hand here, the opposite hand, take it to the right elbow, the bent elbow, and draw this bent elbow back. So it might not look like me, might look entirely different, but I want you to keep a sense here of rooting down through your feet as you lengthen and drawing this right elbow back. And maybe this is perfect. Maybe this is the right amount. Or maybe you can see if you can start to wiggle this right hand down your back. And just notice and sense. Keep a feeling of rooting and lengthening. Take one more big, big breath. And as you exhale, slowly release that. And we'll do that on the other side. So take your left arm up towards the ceiling. Turn your palm so it faces behind you. And then bend that elbow so that your left hand is on the back of your left shoulder. Take your right hand to the left elbow. First of all, find that rooting down and lengthening before you find a range of movement of drawing this elbow back. And again, this might be perfect. Or you might start to smiggle your hand more down your back. Take a few more breaths, rooting, lengthening, and drawing this elbow back. One more big deliberate inhale, and your next exhale, release your arms down. So now squeeze your shoulders up towards your ears, round them back and down. Inhale, squeeze the shoulders up, exhale, drop them down. One more. Inhale, squeeze the shoulders up, exhale, round them down. So now we're going to look at the second phase of a pose that yogis call cow face. So take your right arm out to the side and then turn your palm so we're externally rotating or internally rotating our arm, and then bend this right elbow and place the hand behind your back. Okay. And here this might be perfect because this is a range of movement that we don't kind of use in our shoulders. So you can stay here, or you might even start to snuggle this right hand up your back. And just pausing and noticing whatever you notice. Really sending your breath into this right shoulder. And it's not unusual for this to feel strange, or maybe for you to feel sensations in your neck, because it's something that we don't usually do. And release that. And we'll do the same on the other side. The left arm goes out to the side. You turn your palm so it faces behind you. You bend that left elbow and you snuggle the left hand or the arm up your back. Keep that sense of rooting down as you're lengthening. And again, this might be perfect, or you may feel that one side there's a bit more space or a bit more room for you to snuggle that hand further up your back. Take another big inhale and exhale, release that. So let's snuggle our ears, our shoulders up to our ears. And as we exhale, we allow them to drop down. Do that twice more. Inhale, shoulders squeeze up. Exhale, release down. Inhale, shoulders squeeze up. Exhale, we drop them down. So we've done cow face arms in parts. And now we're going to look at the full expression of the pose. And here I have a strap. If you don't have a strap, you can use a towel, or you can use a tie, or even a bath robe strap. So for some of you, the strap is not needed, and for others, it may well be. So I have folded my strap in half, and I'm going to place the strap over my left shoulder. So I think I've got the right shoulder, I'll soon find out. So place that strap on your left shoulder and take your right arm out to the side and turn your palm so it faces behind you. Bend that right elbow and reach back for the strap. Then take your left arm up, turn the palm so it faces behind you, bend the left elbow and reach for the strap. So we have both hands now holding on to the strap. And then see if you can start to wiggle your hands towards each other. Okay. So for some of you, this may be plenty, and it can be for a lot of us. Keep drawing the elbow back and creeping your hands at the strap. And for others, you may not need the strap. If your fingers can come to touch, see if you can grab onto your fingers. But keep that sense of rooting and lengthening. Breathing into the sensation. And again, this may wake up sensations in the neck because we're opening up new channels here. And then slowly release and shake that out. And we'll do the same on the other side. So use your strap to begin with. It can be a great addition for this pose. Place the strap over the right shoulder and then take your left arm out to the side. Turn your left palm so it faces behind you, and then bend that left elbow and reach back for that strap. Once you've got a hold of the strap in your left hand, take your right arm up towards the ceiling. Turn your right palm so it faces back, and then bend that right elbow and again reach for the strap so that both hands now are holding the strap. So rooting down through your feet, finding length, and seeing if you can creep your hands closer towards each other. And again, for most of us, the strap is a great addition, helps to lengthen our arms. But for some of us, the strap may not be needed. And so release the strap and see if your fingers can hold on to one another. And it doesn't take much to feel a sensation here. So remember, there isn't, the only difference between poison and medicine is the dosage. So be kind, listen to your body. Take one more big, deep inhale. And your next exhale, release your arms and shake that out. So place the strap over to the side. We will need that later on in our practice. So just for now, just place it down. And we're going to now look at our sun salutations with blocks. So again, I love to use blocks because it brings the floor up a little bit higher. And you can place the blocks at the top of your mat, either on the highest setting or you can place them on the medium setting, whichever works best for yourself. Also, I love to use a blanket, and I'm actually going to use the props because sometimes when I suggest using props and then I don't use them myself, people think that I'm not being meaningful in how useful they are. So place your blanket on your mat, and it's going to be there support and padding for our knees. So come up to stand in between your two blocks on whichever setting suits yourself. Stand with your feet hip distance apart and bring your awareness here back into your breath and the sensations that you may feel now across your shoulders and your upper back. Bring your hands in prayer in front of your heart and take a big full inhale. And exhale, open your mouth and release the breath out. Take one more breath like that. Inhale fully. Exhale, open your mouth. Let it go. Inhale, bring your arms up and over your head. And as you exhale, fold. Soft bend to your knees as you fold forward. Inhale, slide your hands up the front of your legs and find that halfway arch. And exhale, fold. This time, place your hands on the top of the block and step your right leg back. Now your left knee is bent here. And take a moment just to wiggle this right leg back. And then slowly lower your right knee down onto your blanket and your right shin down. So today's practice, I'm going to suggest that you press down on the top of your right foot. So sometimes I'll suggest the toes to be curled under, but for the purpose that it creates a different sensation, a different experience, I invite you to press the top of the foot down. So lifting up through your heart, through your chest, taking a few breaths here. And then slowly release your hands off the block and bring your hands onto your left thigh. And you can stay here. Or what we were doing at the start, we were exploring that cow face arms. We can play with our arms in this lunge. So here, take your right arm up, turn your palm to face behind you, and then bring that right hand onto your back. Left hand comes to the right elbow, and you draw this right elbow back. And as you're drawing this right elbow back, sink deeper into your lunge here. So you can stay here, Or if you want to add a little bit of fun on and our balance, lean over to the left. And that should add a bit of fun. Take one more breath. And then exhale, release your hands to the block. Curl your right toes under. Lift your right knee. And then give a little bit of rock and roll. And then step your right foot to meet your left foot at the top of your mat and fold. Inhale, slide your hands up the front of your legs for that halfway arch. And exhale, fold, releasing the hands back down on top of the blocks. And this time step your left leg back. Right knee is bent. And just take a moment here to wiggle this left leg back. And then slowly lower and find that support of the blanket on your left knee. Release the left shin down and press the top of your left foot down onto the mat for a low lunge. So our hands are on the block, and if it feels comfortable, you can maybe start to slowly release your hands and place your hands on your right thigh. So get a sense of what that feels like. And then when you're ready, take your left arm up for our cow face arms. Turn your left palm to face behind you. Bend your left elbow and place your left hand onto your back. Right hand comes to the left elbow. As you draw this left elbow back, see if you can sink deeper into your lunge. Taking a few breaths. Inhale, finding the length, and exhale, maybe sinking deeper into that lunge. Take one more inhale fully. Exhale, release your hands down to the blocks. Curl your left toes under. Lift your left knee up. And then that rock and roll back and forth. And then step the left foot to meet the right foot at the top of your mat and fold. Inhale, the hands slide up the front of the legs for your half arch. And exhale, fold, releasing the hands to the blocks. So we're going to add on here, and this bit might be a little bit trickier, okay? So step your left foot back again, wiggle that left foot back, and then slowly lower the left knee down to the blanket for support and lower your left shin down. The right knee is bent. Bring your hands onto your right thigh. So cow face arms, the full expression of the pose. Take your left arm up. Turn the palm face behind you and then place the left hand onto your back. Take your right arm out to the side. Turn your palm to face behind you and then bring your right arm behind your back. And your clothing here can be really useful. You can start to kind of pull on your top and see if you can creep your fingers towards one another. So keep the length, keep drawing that left elbow back as you snuggle your fingers towards each other and sink deeper into this lunge. Take another breath. And exhale, release the hands, curl the left toes under, lift the left knee, rock and roll, and step your left foot to meet the right, and fold. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, fold. Hands to the blocks, step this time the right foot back. Wiggle that right foot back. Slowly lower the right knee for the support on your blanket and release the top of the right foot down onto the mat. And then walk your hands slowly to your left thigh and let's find cow face arms. So the right arm goes up, turn your palm to face behind, bend that right elbow, Left arm goes out to the side. Turn the palm to face behind you. Bend that left arm and see if you can snuggle your fingertips towards each other. Now on this side I feel today I have a wee bit more freedom. There's a bit more room. So it's definitely different on this side for me. Inhale, keep finding space and length, and exhale, maybe sinking deeper in. Taking a couple of more breaths. And then when you're ready on your exhale, release your hands to the block. Curl your right toes under. Lift your right knee, a rock and roll. And step that right foot to meet the left at the top of your mat. And fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands slide up the legs. Find your arch. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root up to rise. Arms up over the head. And exhale, release your arms down by your side. So now, that was our sequence to help open up across our shoulders. So whether you're standing or whether you've came down to sit, I want you just to pause for a moment and just notice what this area feels like. Is there any new sensations? Because we've done such nice opening here. In our shoulder blades, in our upper back. I just want you to pause and notice any sensations. And I thank you for joining me in this short, sweet practice. And I look forward to seeing you all soon. Have a lovely day. Thank you.